Today I'm showing you 5 brutally effective ways to use GPT-5 in your business. I made this video because most people are still using the new GPT-5 like it's 2023, summarizing emails, writing blog posts, and so on. But if you're using it like that, you're already way too slow, because this tech is evolving faster than most businesses can react, and it will catch up eventually. I know because I've personally helped many different companies, from insurance to Airbnb to healthcare to waste management, use this tech to save tens and tens of thousands a year. So in this video, I'm going to give you 5 tips and strategies that I've learned in the past months of this technology, starting with a very easy quick win, all the way up to the most difficult and most impactful for your business. And also, as a side note, if you'd like to work with me to help understand this tech and implement it in your business, you can use the first link down below to book a free AI consultation call. There are only 3 spots available for this video, so I hope to see you in there. And now let's dive into the first strategy. So first, let me start off with the quickest and easiest win: understanding the ChatGPT interface with GPT-5 and all the new features. Now, I can definitely recommend getting a GPT Plus plan. It's $20 a month. You will not regret it. So this is the quickest, fastest win I can give you, and later in the video we're going to move on to AI, building entire dashboards, AI infrastructures, agents that run pretty much 80% of the company. Alright, so this is just a very quick win. So first of all, let's understand this. What are these 3 things? Auto, fast, and thinking. Basically, auto decides for you. Fast just means it won't do as deep of a research phase, and thinking means that it actually searches a lot of sites. It reflects on its own answers and improves them before it gives you an answer. So you can use these 3 depending on if it's a difficult task or you just want a quick answer. And the first couple of things I want to walk through with you are, of course, the tools. You can always attach photos and files. It's phenomenal how little people know this, but you could, for example, just take an Excel spreadsheet, then you take a screenshot, and then you just dump it into GPT-5, and you say, analyze this. And it does a phenomenal job. We'll get back to that in just a second. Next thing I want to show you is, of course, agent mode is another thing for another video, to be honest. Deep research is one of my favorite things to use. If you don't know what this is, deep research is phenomenal. Basically what deep research does, and I use this for this video, is it takes a lot of time to think. As you can see here, a research completed in 8 minutes. So you wait 8 minutes for a single answer, but therefore the answer is very detailed. So here I asked the top 5 ways GPT-5 can empower business owners, and it gave me a very detailed and long answer. And the cool thing is, as you can see up here, it actually did this. It searched, for example, read, it searched this link, and then it realized GPT is 10 times faster, performs better, and so on. Then it realized, okay, let me search another site. Overall, it basically searches sources, reflects, and then searches new sources again, depending on the findings. So if you want exact, really good answers, deep research is a great tool. Going back to the data analysis, as you can see here, it's given us a complete summary of the data, which is very cool. So don't be afraid to just drop in a few screenshots. There are a few more things like connecting apps and more, but I would rather show you this later down the line, how you can do this more professionally than just in the ChatGPT interface. Okay, moving on to the second strategy, and this one is a huge jump. This is something that GPT-5 is enabled and is pretty cool, because basically what it did is it allowed us to build entire softwares within a single prompt. And I'm not even kidding with this. So here, for example, the spreadsheet I showed you earlier, this is just a made up data for a waste management company. And I dropped that spreadsheet in here and I told it, please write an HTML code that I can literally paste into an HTML viewer based on this data up here so I can visualize it better. It should look like a dashboard. It thought for 2 minutes, and in 2 minutes it generated this entire code. Now, I have not actually looked at this, but I want to do this with you live. So I'm going to copy this code. We can go to something like htmlonlineviewer.net. Okay, where's the... Oh, we need to upload a CSV. Okay, let's see. Oh. You're kidding. Oh my... Look at the animations as well, the little... Oh my goodness. This is phenomenal. I'm really glad that I didn't look at this beforehand, because this is just Look at this. Reset, I can upload it again. Wow, that is very cool. Okay, so it's got a couple of bugs to it, of course, because it's not completely done, but wow, straight out of the box, that is very, very cool. Imagine you have your company data in an Excel sheet like this. You walk into the meeting room and you say, watch this. You just chuck it into GPT-5. And this is not even automations. This is just a prompt. And the only gap between someone like me who has done this and you is simply knowing about it. Right? There's no skill required for this. Literally, I just wrote this. That is it. Imagine just rocking up and then saying, yeah, we can upload the CSV here, and it'll give us a dashboard. Wow, okay, I'm gonna have to play with this more later. It's not bad. That's pretty cool. Okay, moving on into the next hack, and it's actually connected to this, because if we use a tool like N8N, for example, you can actually put GPT-5 into a workflow. So what this does now is it enables GPT-5 to go out into the real world and interact with more data. So now you don't need to manually upload things into GPT-5, but you can get it to evaluate data in a spreadsheet on a regular basis, for example. So here, for example, in N8N, we could add a trigger on a schedule, for example, every 1 day, right? Then we connect it up to here. It will then activate the workflow in this case, but I'll just deactivate it because I haven't connected the Google Sheet yet. But effectively what this would do, for example, if we had a sheet like this, this is a sheet that I made for a previous video of how GPT-5 literally helped a grocery store save, not one, but a grocery store chain in Switzerland save 7 figures. And you can take that data from here, put it into GPT-5, into the model here in N8N. You can give it a very specific prompt and instructions. And then into here you can actually dynamically map, so you can see all of this red stuff is dynamically pulled from spreadsheets to then evaluate the data. So this way it's not very manual anymore, but it's an automated workflow using AI. And now the next level up from this would be an AI agent. So AI agents you would build on, for example, N8N, or I build a lot of AI voice agents to automate phone calls. And that's when you can get into an entire AI infrastructure like this. So I've actually just made a previous video on this, which will be released in the next few weeks. And basically what it does is this video, this agent has multiple branches, it has multiple features. And the agent that's connected into these webhooks on another platform can decide which of these tools to use. So it will decide on the call, this was for an Airbnb, do I need to check availability? Should I send them a text with a booking link? Should I request maintenance? If so, let me classify the problem and then send a message if it's urgent or moderate or not urgent. Then it can also use Gemini here to actually search knowledge bases and supply the customer with troubleshooting tips. So as you can see, there's so many little AI models for classifying information, categorizing information and summarizing information, which you can weave into this massive web of AIs. And this is what I would call an AI agent, because the AI agent can choose what to do at which particular time. And you would even almost go further to say this is an AI agent infrastructure, because we have multiple AI models all interconnected. This, of course, is a lot harder to set up yourself. It takes quite a lot of repetition and practice to first of all know what makes sense to build, and then also how do I build it. And if you would like to work with me and build something like this for your company, you can first of all check out all the other videos on my channel. Otherwise, there is a link down below to book a free AI consultation call where we can explore all of these different topics together. I hope you were able to learn something today. I put a bunch of research into this video to show you some live real-world examples. If you got some value from it, comment down below which feature you would have added to this video. Once again, only 3 spots available for the free AI consultation call. I hope to see you in there, and I'll see you in the next video.